Right on. So when you guys released the album for free, you were mimicking the business model of Steely Dan. You know that group?
Well, yeah. We weren't mimicking the business model of Steely Dan necessarily. It was more like the approach to, because everything we'd written and listened was like we were writing it and then trying to adapt it immediately to the stage so that we could like play shows, you know?
Yeah.
And Steely Dan basically, they had like when they did like Reeling in the Years and that kind of like the late 60s, early 70s stuff, their band was big and they split it equally, and it's kind of like it was hard to maintain. You know, it's hard to maintain when you're touring with 10 people or whatever.
Yeah.
And since Derek and I were living together and kind of forming most of the songs and kind of bringing it to the band, we're like, it'd be nice to just make some stuff and kind of like have this project that we're not worried about touring or how it's going to be played or like which parts are going to be played live, but we just like make we make good songs and give it out, and then once people like it enough, we'll have markets, you know?
Yeah.
We'll just give it away for free. Yeah. If people like it, you know, we'll get a response and we'll know where people are downloading it from and be able to kind of like build organically without having to go. It was also like, I mean, we know when we were touring in a band, you'd have to press CDs, you know, which it's like about $2 to $3 a CD when you do 1,000, you know? Yeah. So then you're like working back the money to be able to repress it or pay it back, and then try to repress it, and then at the same time you're on the road and you're trying to get like, you know, money for hotels and stuff like that because you're a fledgling band and stuff, you know? So it was just like the whole market of trying to get CDs, we were always just like either had a lot of them or were out either in debt or just didn't have any money to repress them. It was just like, and then trying to like, you know, get people into a show they never heard you when you're touring, like, you know, at bars and stuff like that, just being like kind of barking on the corner and getting people like rallied in, and then, you know, and then after that trying to convince them to spend more money on a CD of a band that they barely heard, you know? It was just a rough thing when you're like, you know that like there was something about your music that if people heard, there's people out there that would like it, but it's just getting those people without having to try to sell them a CD when they're skeptical, you know?
Yeah. So you gave away digital copies for free, which is unheard of, at least, especially nowadays when you think it's kind of a no-brainer since people are usually going to pirate that stuff anyways. But you guys were kind of the front runners, at least in the electronic.
I mean, Napster was around, you know, so it's like it was like right when Napster was coming out, and like a lot of artists were like, "Fuck Napster," blah blah, you know. And this fan came up and was kind of like, "Yeah, fuck Napster, it's taking your album sales." He's like, "Man, if it wasn't for Napster, I wouldn't be here right now. You know, these people wouldn't know who I was without people being able to get to the music first. You know, so it's like there was things that were happening, like with, you know, with streaming, with pirating, with LimeWire, SoulSeek, you know, little infrastructures already that were like early on, like kind of all the social media and music platforms have become. You know, it's just like people sharing and
MySpace was kind of a big platform for at least music. And
MySpace was great,
right? Which you guys kind of, did you utilize that in terms of getting the word out?
Yeah, we actually used to be able to search in MySpace. You might still be able to. Used to be able to reverse search what people liked. So we'd be like, let's find people that like DJ Shadow or Bonobo or RJD2 or people that we liked. You know, that were kind of where like these people kind of, you know, they use samples and stuff like that and collage it in ways that like people that like this might at least understand where we're coming from. You know. Most of the people that we got back were just because we just like send them like personalized messages. They'd be like, "Hey man, I see that you like these 2 or 3 bands. Like, sorry to bug you. This isn't spam. I just like this is free music. You know." You'd be like, "Fuck you, spammer." And you're like, "God damn it!" Not much has changed in the internet. You know?
Right? Yeah.
Now it's just "fuck you, boomer."
Right.
But yeah, it was like this uphill. You know, it's crazy to think that people like didn't think they thought it was some kind of scam or something. They, you know, they clicked the link and we try to get some credit card information out of them. It was no, it was just like, we want to get this out.
Right, just spread the word.